Hey, what's up guys? Willington here, and with how many speakers that I have access to, something has to be really unique to impress me. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with today's products that we are going to be looking at. I have two speakers, the Muzen Wild Mini and the Muzen Wild Jeep Portable FM radio and Bluetooth speaker. But let's start with the Wild Mini. Disclosure here, this was sent to me by Muzen, but they did not ask me to say anything good or bad about their speaker. They just gave them to me to review them, and that's what I'm doing in this video. Okay, so unboxing is usually not that unique for the most part, but these are different. It's such a premium experience unboxing these things. The Wild Mini comes with this really awesome hard case, all military themed, and it looks awesome. And upon opening the case, you find the speaker right in the center right there. It is all nice and foamy in here to keep it nice and safe. Definitely, if you're gonna be traveling with this and you put your speaker back in here, this thing is definitely going to keep it nice and safe. And then in the back here, you'll find your charging cord and the user manual right there. Let's take a look at the actual speaker right here. It feels heavy duty. This is all metal construction on this thing. And the first thing that you will also notice that it's very military radio themed. And I believe that's exactly what they were going for, and they really did nail that. All right. In all of these, details that you're seeing here, they have buttons hidden in there. Now maybe let's go through those real quick. So right here, this is your turning on power. You press on that, has a Morse code tone, which is pretty sweet. It's connected to the year. Let's not play anything. All right, so and that is the play and pause button right there. If you press on it, or play something or pause something, and then if you do that, it will go forward. Do that, it will go back on the track if you're playing music. And then still on this button, if you push it up, it goes into the Bluetooth setup mode. And if you press this button down like that, it turns on the flashlight, like you guys can see right there. You can press it again to dim the flashlight, or press it again to go into the SOS mode. Right here, I have never had this much satisfactory dial. Did you guys hear that? Like, it feels really nice. But this is the volume dial right here. This thing gets pretty loud for its size. And then this is a lanyard or a strap hook right here. You can hook a strap here, which I have one here that I'm going to show you that you can also get from them. And to the side here is your charging port, and yes, you are not wrong, that is a micro USB port right there. I'm not sure why they decided to go with that, but I think at this very moment, as long as I've had this, it's the only negative thing I have to say about it. But it is nice and covered back up in there just like that. And then you have your 5-watt, the speaker that's in here just behind that grill. And that's basically about it on the speaker. I have a strap right here. This is something you can buy separately, but it is, as you can see, nicely designed, and it is meant to go right there to help you hook it onto stuff, wherever you want to keep it or hang it. It is just easy using that hook right there. I'm a fan of the sound, and I'll be giving you a sound sample of it. Like, for the size of this thing, I think they did a very good job with its sound, and I'll give you a sound sample of that real quick. But let us look at a different speaker first. Okay, so next up, let's talk about the Muzen Wild Jeep Portable FM radio and Bluetooth speaker. Yes, it does all that stuff. As you can tell, it has that military or army kind of design going for it as well. Yes, Willys Jeep 1964. Yes, it's very based off of those old Jeeps for the military, and I think they nailed it. They nailed it. I like this thing. Now, in the box with this, you get a charging cable to recharge the speaker, and then you get an aux cable, which actually goes right in the same spot where you would charge it. I don't know why they went with that micro USB port, but who knows the reasoning behind things. Obviously, I do not. The other thing that you get is the antenna. Like I mentioned, this has a radio, so you need an antenna for it. You also get the user manual as well as this strap, which I actually haven't opened up yet. So let's open it up and see how it looks like. It's pretty long. Still have room here, so you can basically put it around your shoulder and this thing will be rocking. How does this connect? Then press it as you push it in, and just like that, it goes in nice and easy and secure in there. So that is pretty sweet. On this thing, I gotta show you a few things. So here, off, obviously, if you want to do FM radio, you put right there and it goes into the AFM mode, but I should probably have the...
Let's go first to the text, and we'll go to the book of Luke, chapter 1.
But... like, I don't want to stay on a certain station because they might play some copyrighted music, and we don't want that. But as you heard, it works really well. The reason I like this actually is because of how much I've been using the radio feature on here just to listen to music or just to the radio. It's been a long time since I've tuned into any radio, but just having this just kind of encouraged me a little bit to like just listen to radio just because it's so easy. It only has FM radio, not AM, but who listens to AM? You can go into Bluetooth mode. That's when you can pair with your phone to it and play music Bluetooth. Or you can go into the aux mode, and that's how when you can use, plug this in and then plug it into your device. And then here is your volume control right here. You have an LED light indicator. The cool thing though, did you know that this comes off? You can open it like that and take this entire metal frame off of this. And they don't have them right now, but as far as I can tell, they're going to be selling these separate. I don't know if they're just going to be different colors or like the housing I'm talking about. I'm not sure if they're going to be different colors or they're going to be different designs completely. I'm not sure, but it's been made in a way that you're able to take the enclosure off and put a different one on, but they have not yet started selling the actual enclosures as of making this video. But depending on when you're watching this, go check it out. They might have more. So you just pull those on. They're not easy to pull off. You have to really grab it. But then the front, also comes off just like that. And you are left with this. This is the core of the actual radio or speaker. Like, this is it. And this is just the housing, and I really like that. All right, and so putting them back on, just do one of these, and we are back in the game. Just gotta wash these the way they go back on. Okay, so let's look at some specs. I haven't really memorized them, so I'm gonna read them for you here. Okay, so for the Muzen radio, Bluetooth, speaker right there, you are looking at Bluetooth 4.0. It looks like if it's in Bluetooth or aux input mode, it's consuming up to 8 watts of power, and it has a frequency response rating of up between 80 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Obviously micro USB, 7.4 volts as far as battery, 800 milliamps, and it weighs about 834 grams. So, and as for the small guy here, we are looking at about 248 grams, or just over half a pound. A 5-watt speaker, a frequency response rating of between 80 hertz and 18 kilohertz, 3.7 volt or 800 milliamps. And that's basically it. If you need to know any more details about these guys, I'll leave links in the description section down there, just so you can go and check it out. You better go, because there might be some deals out there and some discounts because of the season that we're in right now. So go check that out. With that said, let me give you guys some sound samples so you can hear how these guys sound like. But before that, personally, I am impressed by the sound, especially of this guy right here, the Wild Mini. It sounds so good for its price. The amount of bass that they're able to kick out of this, considering the fact that it's like a rugged metal build like that, it is pretty impressive. But I'll give you the sound sample so you can listen for yourself. The same goes for this guy here. It performs a little bit better than this one here, and I'll be playing them back and forth so you can kind of hear how they sound differently. But obviously this is a little bit bigger. It's going to sound a little bit bigger in sound than this guy here. But for the performance, personally, I think they did a good job as far as giving it enough bass to where you can hear some details in your sound in a speaker that is, confined to the sizes that these guys are in. If you have any suggestions or what speakers you want me to compare these to, like maybe a side-by-side sound sample, let me know. I will do that for you guys. But as of right now, here is the sound sample. Enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right?
At first I believed I was the lucky one, but I was just fooling myself. Fooling myself. You think you can talk sense to me, like we are gonna be okay. We're not okay, yeah. So in the club, we'll do it tonight, yeah. From the back to the left to the right, yeah. All the girls looking hot, looking tight, yeah. Come on and move from the wall to the light, yeah. I don't know, maybe you didn't hurt me. Gonna lose it tonight, yeah, no mercy. We're gonna turn it up crazy. We're gonna turn it up, turn it up. Let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your hands.